For question 13, we are told that we have two beakers S and T which are filled to the same level with water. Now, the area of base S is less than that of T. So we are asked which statement is correct. So when we do a brief survey of the answers, the question is quite clearly asking us about force as well as pressure. Now, when we have a liquid in a container, we know that the pressure at the base of the container is going to be equal to rho hg, and it's related to the force by taking the force over the area. Now, if we look purely on this side of the equation, you realize that the pressure or the hydrostatic pressure due to the water is independent of the base area. Now, because it's independent of the base area, both S and T have the same pressure. So at this point, some students might be thinking, because pressure is equal to force over area, this would mean that since S has a smaller area than T, if the area is smaller, this would mean that the pressure is greater. However, this conclusion is false. The reason is because we are forgetting that since S has a smaller base area, it can contain less liquid as well, so the force will also be smaller, causing the amount of pressure to equalize. So as such, we still reach the same conclusion that the pressure is independent of the base area. So if we look at our options for pressure, we have C, which tells us that the pressure of S is less than the pressure of T, so this is quite clearly wrong. And for option D, they tell us that the pressure on the base of S is the same as the pressure on the base of T. So we have just explained this is the correct answer. Now, for the sake of being thorough, let's just check through the answers of A and B. So, because we have the pressure is the same, this would mean that the force on S is going to be equal to the pressure times the area of S. And the force of T is going to be equal to the pressure times the area of T. Now, because the area of S is smaller, this would mean that the force on S is smaller than that of the force of T. Now, when we examine our options for force, we have the force on S, which is greater than the force on T, and this is quite clearly false. And in our second option, we are told that the forces are the same, and this is also going to be false.